Hi, Fran here from Officially Fran's. Is your business real? What is real? Is it legit? Well, what is legit? Well, if you don't know if it's real or legit, then the question is it legal? And when I say legal, I mean, have you properly registered your business in the state, county, or city that you live in? If you have not done that, your business is not real, not legit, and definitely not legal. And listen, you're hurting yourself. So come on, let's get that money. If you have never went through the trouble of paying that little bit of money and doing that little bit of paperwork to register your business name, it is not real, legit, or legal. So let's go through the steps of making that business legal. And when I say legal, I mean you have registered it. In the state of Michigan and also other states, the cost is very minimum. Take advantage of the benefits of being a business owner, a legal, legit, real business owner. All of those things that you purchase to sell, whatever that thing is that you're selling, are called expenses. And those expenses go towards the business. Those things you get to use to your advantage. I'm not about to get into that. I am not a tax preparer nor a financial planner. I'm going to show you how I register my business name. I'm not going to advise you on which way to go. I do what's best for me, but I will show you the steps that I go through to make sure that every business, every little venture that I start, I make sure that I own the name. All of my companies work hand in hand, and you will see that as the home based glamp and as my campground dreams start to progress, you will see how my other companies all play a part in it. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, wait right there. But while you're rating, subscribe, like, leave me a comment. I don't know where subscribe is. I'm going to do like everybody else. It's around here somewhere. You do all of that while I get this computer ready. Why don't you just go ahead and hit pause, go get you some water, get you a notebook so you can write it down. I'll try to go slow. And if I'm not going slow enough for you, hit me in the comments. Of course, you can always come back and watch this video. But if I can help you out in any way, hey, I'm here. Let me know. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is open up Chrome, and I am going to open up a page for the state of Michigan. I'm going to open up a Google page, and I am going to open up a GoDaddy page, and I'm also going to open up a page for Wayne County. Okay, so the first place that we're going to start is an assumed name, or DBA, with the county if you live in Michigan. We're on the county's page, and instead of going through all of their prompts, we're just going to go right to what we're looking for. And so we're just going to do a search for an assumed name, and there it is. Let's click that. Okay, so number one, they don't require an appointment, and it's a completely mail-in process. So that means that you'll have to print the documents, fill them out, and mail them in. Here's all of the general information. Number one, they're telling you to ensure that the business name you are interested in is not being used by a corporation, a limited liability company, incorporation, or a nonprofit organization, which are filed at the state level. Please do a state search in their database, and I'm going to show you that. So what you need for an assumed name, you have to print the forms, and everybody has to sign those forms that are part of the business, and you can only use black ink, guys. It's right here. You do have to get this notarized, and here it is. It costs $16 to file this, and this is where you mail it to. Really simple. Here is some more information about the fees. Registration, again, is $16. They have the instructions here, and they have the form right here. And that's it. It tells you who's eligible. Here's information about a tax ID number and sales tax and all of the good stuff that you need to know right here on the county page. So now we're going to leave that page open, but we're going to go over here to the state of Michigan's page. And in the state of Michigan's page, where the county told you to go and look up to check your business name, is over here in the state of Michigan's page. All you have to do is go to business right here, and it's here again. So either one that you want, doesn't matter. Let's choose the little briefcase. Once we go down right there, business entity search, you click on that and you put the name of the business in. So let's make up a name and search for it. We're going to call this business T-Shirt Kings. Hopefully nobody has that name, but we'll see. Once we hit search, there we go. No records found. This means that no one is using this name in the state database. So if you wanted to just file a D.B.A. over here with the county, you can use that name. Now remember, just as we're searching this, somebody else could be searching this. So along with T-Shirt Kings here, this is the way that I research my businesses. I will take this name and I'm going to copy it. And now I'm going to go to Google, because Google tells you everything, right? And I'm going to look up T-Shirt Kings. Now, shop T-Shirt Kings. This ad says to shop this place, and it's showing these people here first. But let's open it up and see. So this is actually Kings Company T, and it's called Fighters Market. So that is not T-Shirt Kings, the actual name. But if we go right here, it says T-Shirt Kings, Kings of Merch. None of these are actually called T-Shirt Kings. Now, on Instagram, there is somebody using the name T-Shirt Kings. And here's a T-Shirt Kings homepage on Facebook. They seem to be located in Ohio. But this is also their Facebook name. So I don't know if it's actually their business name. And here, T-Shirt King, somebody that has custom embroidered shirts. So now what I'm going to do is go over to GoDaddy, and you can use any domain search company you like. I just happen to like GoDaddy, and I'm going to search this domain. So as you can see, T-Shirt Kings with the Z .co is available, but .com is taken. So this belongs to somebody as a domain name. Now, me personally, I like to have my domain name match my business name, and I want a .com because .com is so familiar to everybody. And of course, you can use a .biz, a .net. My personal preference is a .com. So I'm going to go back to this corporate division, and I'm going to try to change the spelling. I'm going to stick an S on it. Okay. So with our state of Michigan, that name is still available. And now I'm going to go back to GoDaddy, and I'm going to put an S on that. Now, this is too close to T-Shirt Kings for me, because you would probably end up at the other people's website if you don't do some really good mapping, and people don't you have to get people to understand that your T-Shirt Kings has an S on the end of it. But as you can see, T-Shirt Kings with an S.com is available. So if I wanted to use this name as well as match my domain name, I can do that. And they're saying 1 cent for the first year for 2-year registration. What that means is the first year is going to be 1 cent. The second year is probably going to be $14 or something like that. Let's check and see. So for 2 years, it's $19. So it's basically $18.99 for the second year, and the first year is a penny. So if you wanted that name, you may not use your domain name right away, but the point is you have it when you are ready to use it. And if you never use it, you never use it. It's just that simple. But you've paid for it, you've locked it up. And once you lock that name up, it'll be just like the other T-Shirt Kings. It'll say it's taken. And then it actually offers a person who wants this to pay this company a $99 broker fee, and that's just the start, to get in touch with you to see if you want to sell your domain to them. Now, one of the reasons that I like to have my domain match my businesses is because I want that professional email address. Now, I've used Gmail and Yahoo before, but I just prefer, now that I know, I prefer to have my company and my email address be a part of my company's name. And so my company, Michigan Memory Lane Campground, my email address is my name, Fran at MichiganMemoryLaneCampground.com. And it just gives it a more professional feel for me. So I always purchase my domains. And then if I decide to set up a website or a e-commerce market, that domain belongs to me, and I can take that domain over to any platform that I want to. So that's all that you do. Now, for the state, once you find a name that you like, let me try to make this a little bit bigger. Once you find a name that you like, in the state's database, you can register for your LLC. Now, my LLC is not the name of my companies. My LLC is my LLC name. And I'm going to show you that. And I'm just going to say Canada Buchanan. And there I am, Canada Buchanan LLC. And this is my LLC name. Now, under my LLC, I have multiple DBAs. And in the state, you can set up your LLC and then you can set up DBAs under that LLC. But so when I started my YouTube channel, officially Fran, of course, I want my YouTube channel to become another stream of income for me. So I'm treating my YouTube channel as a business. So although I have that name on my YouTube channel, I wanted to make this side of my business a name. So about a week ago, I went in here under my LLC. So I registered officially Fran as a DBA, and this DBA falls up under, whenever it opens, it falls up under my Canada Buchanan LLC. Just that simple. So now let's go back. Think of it like Procter & Gamble. They have Procter & Gamble as the company, but under Procter & Gamble, they have multiple brands. Tide, Bounce, Pampers, Love's, same thing. So let's go ahead and register T-Shirt Kings as an LLC, because maybe T-Shirt Kings will be making hats and other apparel later. And so they want that as their LLC. And under that LLC, they may set up different smaller companies to go with that. So once we have that, and remember, we searched this and we know that no one has it, which means we can also use it over here with the county. We know that the domain is available. It's sitting right there, and we've checked Google. So now we're going to hit Lara Home, and then we're going to hit Online Services. And these are all of the things that you can do online. So what we want to go here is to the Corporation Security and Commercial Licensing Bureau. And we just did that business entity search. But now we want to go to the Corporate Online Filing System. And all of this for the state of Michigan can be done right here online. Now, I have an account. So every time I sign in, it just takes me to a different page and gives me different menus to add to my LLC. It also allows me to file my annual report and pay for it. So if you're filing a new entity, you click here. And then you choose which form you want to fill out. Now we're going to do a domestic limited liability company, but here are all of your other choices. And here you can reserve a name if you'd like to. I don't want to reserve it. I just want to get it and be done with it. And the cost of this LLC is $50. Once you have your LLC registered, if you can then go back in here under that CID prompt and password, and then you can file an assumed name under your LLC. Remember that assumed name is a doing business as D.B.A. and that cost is $25 with the state as opposed to the $16 with the county. Okay, so we're right here. And so here we're going to put the name of the limited liability company is. we already know that that's T-Shirt Kings. Now, Article 2 tells us that unless the article of organization otherwise provide, all limited liability companies formed pursuant to that stuff right there have the purpose of engaging in an activity within the purpose for which a limited liability company may be formed. So I don't need to put anything here because I am forming this under the guise of which a limited liability can be formed. The duration of the limited liability company if other than perpetual. So now we're going to go here because I know what perpetual means, but I want to make sure that everybody else does. So, of course, I'm going to block that. We're going to go back to Google, and we're just going to put perpetual in. Never ending or changing, occurring repeatedly. That's all we need to know. So now we're going to go back here, and if you want your LLC to only last for 5 years, I guess you would put that there, but I don't know why you would. So we're going to leave that blank also. So now we're down here at Article 4. And Article 4 is telling us to fill in this information for the person that will be the agent over this. And right now, that's just me. So I'll put my information until I actually decide to find an agent and transfer all of these duties over to that person. So in here, you put your name, you put your address, your city. So I'm going to have to fill this out so that you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to put my name. I'm going to put an address. I'm going to put a city, a state, and I know that a Detroit zip code is this because that's the zip code I grew up in all my life. And now the registered office mailing address. That is still all me. But if you wanted your registered office mailing address to be different from the person who is your agent name, that would go here. Oops, they didn't ask me for that. They asked me for the address. And you want to make sure that you are filling this out correctly. So just take your time. If you have to make a correction, you'll have to pay for an amended document. The first time that I registered my Canada Buchanan LLC, I spelt my own last name wrong. So I had to pay I think it was $25 fee to correct that name. And if I signed in to this system using my ID and my PIN number, that original filing and then that corrected filing will be there. So if you wanted to create an Article 5, it would be here. But it's telling us complete only if a later effective date is desired other than the date of filing. The date can be no more than 90 days after the receipt of the document. But I want this to be effective immediately, the day that I'm filing. So I'm going to leave that blank. This is for an additional article. And you can put whatever provisions that are authorized by the act of filing an LLC. Here, you have to sign the form. In order to sign this form, and you see it has the date and everything there. In order to sign this form, you have to click this Add New Entry to List. And you have to choose who you are. And so I'm going to put I am, but your name actually goes there. And I'm going to put that I am the organizer, and I'm going to accept. And you must hit the Add button. And once you click the Add button, that signature is up here. If you wanted to add an additional entry, you would do that here. Any special instructions, you put them here. And now this is the submitter's contact information. Now remember, the person submitting it, the agent, and the registered office could be 3 different places with 3 different people. But it's all me. So I'm going back with my name. If you already have a business or you want this to come to your business, I'm going to you put your business. In mine, I normally put my LLC. My mailing address above, which was street. The city, I chose Detroit. State, zip code, the old 48213 Ravendale neighborhood. Now, a contact phone number. and then a contact email address. Now, I choose this email notice. You can also choose to have your notice mailed to you, but you're choosing one or the other. I prefer the email because I have a digital copy that I can save. It's faster. It doesn't get lost in the mail. I don't open it and lose it. I don't throw it away thinking it's spam mail. But I will get that email if I have the correct email address there, which then I can print and do whatever it is I need to. So now here are the fees. A standard review is only the fee applicable to the document. Now, if you want them to review it in 24 hours, it costs you $50. If you want them to review it the same day, it'll cost you $100. If you want them to look at yours in 2 hours, it costs $500. And if you want somebody to stop everything they're doing and look at your document, it is $1,000. Why? We don't have to do that, and neither will you, because you're going to do this when the video is over. So now we hit review. Oops, the number one thing I forgot. Your LLC, your LLC's name has to say LLC. And you can type it as, you can type the word all the way out. You can abbreviate it, but it does have to have that LLC. So now we're going to hit review. Okay, and so this is the document now for us to review that we have filled out. T-Shirt Kings, LLC. We left that blank. We left that blank. We filled in the addresses. We signed it. We the submitter address and information. We told them to email us a copy, and we're choosing the standard review. Now we're going to hit submit filing. If you needed to correct something, all you would do is click this box. It will take you back to the other screen. You do not hit the back button. And then you hit submit filing to go forward. And here you go. Like I told you, a LLC is $50. You go in here now, you add your credit card information. If you're already signed in, because you already created an account, you'd go in there and choose a credit card if you have one already loaded in here. Once you enter that credit card information and you get that receipt for payment, you're going to get an email with your receipt, and then you're going to get an email confirming your submission. The D.B.A. that I filed for my YouTube channel, Officially Fran, took about a week, and then I received another email from Lara in the state of Michigan with a attachment, which was my copy of my D.B.A. filed up under my LLC. Once you submit that LLC, you will also receive a message from the corporate division, and they will give you a CID and a PIN number. And therefore, the next time that you need to file something for your LLC or add to your LLC, change your LLC, do your annual reports, you will be signing in as opposed to choosing this option for a new entity, because you will have created yourself an entity. And that's as simple as it is, everybody. That's it. Now, what I want to say is I live in Michigan, and this is for the state of Michigan. But I can tell you, because I have looked at other states, everybody has that business part in their state websites. You know what? I want to go back there again. Sorry. If I went into just my state's website and I hit business, that's that entity search. These are the things that I can do online. That'll give me everything else. But down here, to start a business, that name search, we already did it. Here are some tools, and this is for tribal businesses. If you go into this starting a business toolbox, there is nothing but information here. They tell you everything from writing a business plan. There's training, there's resources right here in your state's web page. So you don't have to ask anybody or pay a person to do those things that you can do yourself. As you can see with that LLC, we only actually filled out one part where we put the name. Everything else was name and addresses. So once we chose the LLC name, nothing else went in there. Once you're ready to use your LLC or your business grows, Then you can go back in there and create more articles. And you can find somebody else's video on YouTube to tell you about setting up an LLC. There is also a book right here in this state's website that explains it to you. It gives you article templates and everything that you need. But if you do not live in the state of Michigan, let's choose a state. Let's say, I'm going to say Utah. First of all, no matter what state you are in, that business section in your state exists to make it easy for you to open a business in your state. You always want to look for the website that has the .gov behind it. So let's go to Utah, y'all, and see what the process is of opening a business. I don't want to see their COVID information. So I'm sure it's down there somewhere, but I'm just going to go over here and open this up. And I'm going to act like I'm doing this for Michigan. There we go. Business. Starting a business. Running a business. Closing a business. And this right here is how to start. Right there. And they have all of the nice information for you right here. But let's look at how to register that business name. Right here. So what did I choose? Assess your business ideas, which was here. And it says Small Business Startup Kit. So we're going to try that, of course. And it is Plan Your Business, Launch Your Business. Okay, so right here under Launch, it has Pick a Location, Choose a Business Name, Register Your Business. Let's go to Register. And then it has How to Register. Register your business name. Register your business name to protect it. Is that not what I just said? Protecting your name. And look, they have 4 different ways to register. They're even telling you about trademarks. There's that D.B.A. again. They're telling you about getting that domain name. Okay, y'all. I'm not crazy. I don't make this stuff up. So if you live in Utah, there you go. And I'm sure it will be the same if you live in Ohio, if you live wherever. Start off right there. I hope you found value in this video. I hope that you register your business and become a registered business owner. And if you want, I can actually do a video. Let me know below if you want to know how to register for a EIN. That is a Federal Employer Identification Number. It's also really easy. It's also quick, just like that Michigan D.B.A. was, 15 minutes. And that's all you have to do, guys. That's it. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching, Fran at Officially Fran's.